The Obama Presidential Center represents an aspiration to something that has its roots in something else. So it must be celebrated for that. This week's theme celebration, because we are now in the 2-week window. At 2 weeks, at 15 days between Juneteenth and July 4th. Oh, we're going to have some fun this next couple of weeks. Maybe this is a moment where we push a little further. The fact that there's not a scrap of paper from Obama's 8 years as president in that building, that it is not a presidential library, is something that deliberate choice, was made. And to think about that in the context of where we are in terms of memory, I think is it's fascinating to me. He will certainly do what Obama did, and Obama wasn't the first one to do this. Make the resources that built the center completely private. So this is not a public or even a public-private venture. And she goes through the history of the presidential centers: Truman, FDR at Hyde Park, Truman, of course, in Missouri. If you go to the James Earl Carter Center, we've talked about some of them run by the National Archives, National Park Service, public dollars, others donations exclusively. And Obama's is a private. They set up a corporation, set up a foundation. But in terms of people going in there to do research on the presidency of Barack Obama, that is not that. The Barack Obama archive up the street from where I am right now at College Park, Maryland, at the National Archives. And even you're a scholar, your point of entry is digital, not even a reading room, a dedicated reading room for that. So if you're going out to Chicago to do what you do in Austin, Texas at the LBJ library, they ain't got not a scrap of paper. In fact, the quote that Valerie Jarrett gave in the article that I'm mentioning was, quote, we would much rather have a branch of the Chicago Public Library on our site than filling it up with here's the quote, bunch of papers. Read that line. My first thought was, why can't you have both? That's not the trajectory.